Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back. Now, today we got an interesting video, right? Today's video is actually going to be a follow-up video to one I dropped a few weeks ago entitled, White Conservatives Having a Conversation About Immigration. Now, on social media, as you already know, Elon Musk, sometime in the last couple of years, he had recently acquired Twitter, right? He purchased Twitter. Now, ever since he bought Twitter, he has changed the landscape of the social media platform. And Twitter, under its previous leadership, you could say it was a liberal platform, right? It leaned towards the liberal side of the spectrum. But ever since Elon Musk took over the reins of leadership, Twitter has transformed to basically a cesspool of right-wing propaganda, right? Basically becoming an epicenter of right-wing conservatism. And the one benefit of that is we now get a front row seat and an inside look into the minds of the enemy, right? We get to have, a front row seat to their conversations. And today we're going to have another inside look. So in this conversation, they're having a debate, right? Basically saying, as a right-wing conservative white man, would you rather marry a liberal white woman or simply go outside the race, right? What would you do? So I thought it was interesting. I thought the conversation was kind of funny, kind of interesting, and it touched on a lot of realities of just the human experience. So anyways, let's get into it. This person was the one that started off the conversation. He said this: racist right-winger that has to moderate his views for his liberal wife, knowing ultimately that it is still better than race mixing. This is probably a solid 33% of all white dudes alive right now. So this guy came out and said that basically in a lot of marriage dynamics, you have a husband who is a right-wing conservative, but he has to moderate his worldview in order to accommodate his wife, who might be a liberal. I thought it was a rather interesting statement. But anyways, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said this: all the white girls worth having a family with are brainwashed libtards. So yes, it is the only way for the discerning racist. So this guy seems to agree with the original statement that basically, as a white conservative man, you got to do what you got to do, right? You might have to marry a white liberal, because I guess he believes that it's probably preferable to marry a white liberal instead of go outside the race. Now let's continue. This person said, just act like what you believe is normal. And since it is true and you're a man that she wants, she will fall right in line. Worked for me. Now, I think I mentioned that on a video the other day where I mentioned the women that you are with, she is going to take on your energy. Like he said, if she admires you though, she has to actually admire you though. If she actually admires you, she truly, really has a reverence for you, then yes, she will adopt your energy. She will adopt your worldview. She will adopt your spirit because she admires you on that level. So it's a level of truth to this side of the game too. I mentioned that in the video the other day, right? And I even mentioned before, a lady I'm dealing with right now, I had mentioned that she has also embraced a lot of my geopolitical philosophy and a lot of my worldview as well. Right? It's natural. It's just a natural thing that happens, bro. Like I told you, she be sending me texts and articles about geopolitical developments happening on the African continent and around the world. So like I said, women do take on your energy. Women do take on your lifestyle. But the caveat to that is, like he said, she has to actually admire you though. She has to actually like you though. It's not like any woman that's going to just come around and follow you. No, she has to actually be into you first. Now let's continue. This person said, it depends heavily on her friends, her coworkers, and her family. If they are all protards, I guess he means progressive retards, you may be fighting a losing battle. So he says it really depends on, her friends and her coworkers and her family and all that. But even me, I still hold my original position. If she likes you enough, she will conform to your worldview. She will at least have a listening ear and be open to what you have to say at the very least, right? And at the very best, she's simply going to adopt your worldview altogether, and she's going to become a female version of you. Now let's continue. This person said, I've made my wife more right-wing every year. One day she'll surpass me and I'll shed a single tear. This person said, my wife was apolitical when we got married, but she is smart. So all it took was me pointing out things to her and she become just as hard right as I am. Now, like what I told you, bro, that's how it goes, right? If a woman is really into you on that level, that is how the game go. That's how the game go. Like I told you, every single woman I've been with, that's how I go. When she get done with me, if she wasn't one already, she's going to be a hard leaning Pan-Africanist, right? She's going to be stomping 10 toes down for her people when I get done with her. Every single woman I've been with, it's always been that way. If she wasn't already like that, when we get done, she gonna be like that. Now let's continue. This person said, their votes negate one another, and then some third worlder gets elected by a small but unified bloc. So this guy says he doesn't really support the arrangement of a conservative getting married to a white liberal female because he says the votes will negate each other, right? You go into the voting booth and vote red. She goes to the voting booth and votes blue, and then both of your votes cancel out. And then he said some third worlder gets elected to the presidency. Let's continue. This person said, we are at the stage where she knows. I know that she knows. I know that she's racist too. And she knows that I know that she's racist. This person said, but what is ending civilizations is not manning up and getting your wife in line. She wants to be led. But so many guys just make their wives the de facto second mom, and it destroys the whole thing. If your wife does not take on your politics, your religion, and your worldview, you don't have a marriage. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of agree with the last part. If your wife does not take on your politics, religion, and worldview, you don't have a marriage. But when it comes to me, I tend to already seek out women who I'm compatible with, where our politics and our worldview are kind of already aligned on some level. So it's not like two different people from two different planets. But I do agree with that. Yeah. As a man, your wife should be compatible with your politics, religion, and worldview. Absolutely. Let's continue. This person said, I would rather have a wife that supports me and race mix than to deal with that shit. And that's what I did. I have a wonderful Thai wife, and Asians are honorary whites as far as the left is concerned. So this guy says that he don't want to deal with a white liberal female. If you got to choose between the white liberal female or the minority wife, the non-white wife that is compatible with him, he's going to go, get the Asian wife, from Thailand or something like that. So he says he got a wife from Thailand. These white conservatives love their Asian wives. They love they Japanese and they Korean and they Thailand wife and all that nonsense. Anyway, let's continue. This person said, and that is how I lost my marriage. I tried to red pill the missus and she rejected it and kicked me out. She has all the power and leverage. She earns more money and goes along with multiculturalism. She has me in a checkmate. Don't copy my mistakes. So this guy, I guess he tried to do the whole, conservative husband with the liberal wife. And then she ended up bringing him down to the courthouse and served him divorce papers. Golly. She talking about, and she earns more money than him. Damn, I thought the white man had all the money. That's what the divestors be telling us. The white man got all the money. The white woman doesn't pay no bills because the white man handle his business. Meanwhile, this guy talk about, man, I'm in a checkmate and she make more money than me. Let's continue. This person said, women download their husband's opinions over time. It only took about 3 weeks for my girlfriend to go from non-political to gas them all 1488. This person said, my girlfriend has made some fairly surprising comments regarding Southern Asians that made me feel confident in our future together. Let's continue. This person said, never moderate. Just find different and creative ways of presenting the same conclusion. Women come around as liberalism is not a deep or natural belief system. This person said, if your woman does not adore you and adopt all your views, you are a loser. I kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably one topic where, me and the enemy, we are on one accord when it comes to this topic. Yeah. If your woman does not adore you and adopt your worldview, she not feeling you, bro. She not feeling you. And it's not about, patriarchy or trying to, dictate to a woman. I just think it's something that naturally happens. It's something I've observed naturally, bro. It's just natural. If she is feeling you like that, especially to the point of marriage and wanting to spend the rest of her life with you, bruh, she's definitely going to conform to your ideologies with enthusiasm as well. Now let's continue. At the bottom, the person responded to that post and said this: my girlfriend now believes that blacks and browns have lower IQs and are aggressive and should be deported. It's actually quite interesting seeing her adopt my political views. Interesting. Now, like I said, that's the one benefit of Elon Musk acquisition of Twitter, because he's let open the door for a lot of right-wing conservatives, especially extremists, hard-leaning right-wing conservatives, that we kind of get an inside look into the inner workings of the enemy, right? Into the inner mind of the enemy, how they think, how they operate, how they see the world. So it's very interesting. A lot of these guys were previously confined to different corners and crevices of the internet outside of public view, but now they're just out in the open. Anyway, let's continue. This person said, women develop political philosophy in 3 ways: She adopts the views of her family, her father. She adopts the views of her friends. And ultimately, the most impactful is the philosophy of her mate, which should, if her dad did a good job raising his daughter, follow his beliefs. Now, there is some truth to that, because if he said a woman gets her political philosophy from her father and then also her mate, well, if they're raised in the same culture, then her mate would also have the same political beliefs as her father. So it would be compatible. That's why the father gives away his daughter to the husband. So naturally, the philosophy, in a perfect world, the philosophy of the husband should align with the philosophy of her father, because it's the philosophy of the tribe altogether. So it is some truth to that. I do agree. Let's continue. This person said, I guess it depends on the race mixing. I'm feeling pretty good about my solidly red-pilled Hapa wife. Now, I could be wrong. You could correct me in the comment section, but I think Hapa means basically the mulatto version of an Asian person. So somebody who's half white, half Asian. So basically like a mixed race Asian person. I think that's what it is. So yeah, these guys, they love the Asians, these white supremacists, they love the Asians. Let's continue. Now, I believe this is a woman, because the name is Cassandra, said this. You need to be a strong man. If you are, your woman will respect you and you will convert her over to your views. It's just natural. This is always preferential to race mixing. And she continued at the bottom. And I mean mentally strong, confident, and forthright. You need to display conviction, and over time she'll come around. So I think this is a white woman. So even women will attest to what I'm saying. I don't think it has to do with dictating or being a dictator or patriarchal. I think it's I think it's human nature. I think women naturally, if she really feeling you like that, she gonna adopt to your worldview with enthusiasm on top of that. Let's continue. This person said, I'm currently testing these waters. She was not happy when I joked that Indians smell bad. I am determined to bring her around. She is far more accepting of my views when I demonstrate how they are more beneficial to us and our future children. What the fuck? Let's continue. This person said, in my experience, once you have white babies with them and explain the current state and possible future of white nations, the in-group preference cranks right up. Now, he used a term that was very interesting to me at the end. He said, the in-group preference. I like that term. I might hijack that term from the white supremacists, right? Yeah, I like that. The in-group preference. Yeah, brothers. You got to find you a black woman with a very high in-group preference, right? I think that's a good prerequisite. I think that's a good requirement. Make sure the woman you deal with has a very high in-group preference, right? If she has a high out-group preference, don't do it. Abort mission. But if she has a very high in-group preference, yeah, it's a go. It's a go. I like that term. In-group preference. Yeah, I like that. Shout out to the white supremacists. Let's continue. This person said, my wife with Indian roots that go centuries back is far more racist than I am. It has been inspirational. Now, when he says Indian roots that go centuries back, I think he's talking about the Native American indigenous women, right? So, Pocahontas and all that shit. So he says he got one of them, indigenous Indians, and she's more racist than he is as a white supremacist. That's funny. But what I told you, bro, I told you she gonna adopt your worldview. Let's continue. This person said, if your woman does not adopt 15% more radical version of your own political views, she may as well be cheating on you. I agree. See, this might be the one very few occasion where, me and the white supremacists, we might be on one accord. Let's continue. This person said, if a man cannot slowly convert his wife or girlfriend to his worldview, then he has failed and will be in for an eventual rough divorce. This person said, another 33% are openly racist guys with a non-white wife who is weirdly okay with his racist right-wing views. So the original post that said 33% of white guys are in a relationship with a white liberal and he has to moderate his views. And then this guy says another 33% are in a relationship with a non-white wife who is okay with his racist views. And as we've seen in the debate so far, we've seen a bunch of guys say, oh, my wife from Thailand, my wife half Asian, my wife for Indian, Native American, indigenous, right? And we know that our investors is in that boat too, right? So yeah, let's continue. This person said, my wife was the typical college feminist, and now she is more racist than me. Motherhood fixed her. This person said, never ask a racist what color his girlfriend is. Mine is half Mexican. This person said, I've turned every one of my girlfriends into racist, even the one back in 2006 who wasn't white. This person said, the funniest part is that with a minority girlfriend, I'm allowed to be twice as racist, even towards her own race. Oh, he definitely talking about the divestors. Oh, oh, he definitely talking about the divestors for sure. Anyways, man, listen. Like I said, I just think it's funny, man. Shout out to Elon Musk. I think, even though Elon Musk has turned Twitter into a cesspool of just right-wing conservative propaganda, every now and again we get an inside look into these debates and conversations where we get to understand the inner workings of the mind of the enemy. So I just think it's funny, So shout out to Elon Musk for the intelligence operation. Anyways, support Never Card. That's a lean back in the Billy. Yes, indeed. Cash App in the description. Support the channel, man. Support the album. Peace.
No. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word and it's bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I'm eating no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Back in my city, they loving me. Standing alone, I'm 100 deep. Enemy plotting and still in reach. They try to make sure that we underneath. Trying to make sure that we never make it. Coming for power, come get acquainted. Coming for everything that I wanted. Feeling like Drake, but I really wrote it. Feeling like Kendrick, I'm checking names. Gotta roll up while I go insane. Got so much stress, I've been gated weight. Stuffing these racks in this Louis case. One thing for certain, I'm about to check. Keep it 100 and nothing less. Stick with the family since day one. Had to stay down till my day come. Had to stay down, but I'm never patient. Hop on the mic and I'm motivated. Hop on the mic and I drive a classic. Haters can't see me, they copping glasses. Back in the studio making magic. Got a new tape and it's in production. Back on my business, I got a budget. Staying low key when I'm out in public. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word and it's bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I'm eating no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news.